Yo, welcome back to the Red or Blue Pill channel, people. Thank you for returning subscribers. If you're new, what we do is go through creepy TikToks and make you question reality. Don't forget, sub up, turn on notifications, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's roll.
Did we jump timelines or something freaking crazy? Am I losing my mind here with all this? I could have sworn that we've already seen the astronauts from the space station come home and climb out of the capsule. We saw on the news that they had to get taken to recover because of muscle atrophy from being up there so long. And then all of a sudden they're still there. How did they get back up in the space station? I'm having a Mandela effect on this right now, not to mention how in the world did she get a Santa hat? Why is there a Santa Claus hat up on the space station when they were supposed to come home a long time ago? How did she get this? This is getting weird.
Interesting. I don't really pay too much attention, but I remember there being stories about them returning and ill and in hospital. So I do remember that, which is weird because apparently they're still up there. And this was back in June when they first went out, and it was only supposed to be a short period of time. So that is very weird how they've got Santa hats, even if they didn't come back. Let's say it's different people. Still very weird how they've got Santa hats, right? Very strange.
Okay, so let me get this straight. 2 astronauts, right? Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore went out for a space mission, an 8-day space mission, back in June. They get trapped out in space on accident. Wasn't planned. But they just posted a picture today wearing Christmas hats. Lock in, okay? Let me explain this to you. They went out for an 8-day mission back in June. 8 days back in June. Today, since they're still trapped out there, they sent us a picture to be like, hey, we're doing all right. Why do you have Christmas hats on? Where did you get them from? Where did you get the Christmas hats from? Listen, I'm not a conspiracy theory. I'd rather just have the answer. But 2 things don't add up to me. If the mission was only 8 days back in June, there's no reason for them to have Christmas hats in December. How would they have Christmas hats? The mission was supposed to be 8 days in June. You were supposed to be back before Christmas. There's no reason for you to have Christmas hats. Now also, if you're telling me they're sending them supplies, why would you send them Christmas hats? They're trapped out in space. They want to come home. And you're sending Christmas hats? Something ain't adding up. I don't know exactly what it is, but something not adding up. Something not adding up. I don't know what y'all doing. Something not making no sense.
Amazon Prime delivery must have been sent out one of their drones. That's what all the drone issues is going on at the moment.
Russia has just announced that they have developed a vaccine against cancer, and they'll be giving it out to patients for free early 2025. So, how true is this? Well, firstly, they say that the type of cancer treatment they are developing involves creating personalized mRNA vaccines for each patient based on their individual tumor profiles. Experts say that this is a highly complex process, but an innovative approach to cancer treatment. And to be fair, their preclinical trials on mice have shown promising results, such as the dissolution of tumors and the metastases in cases like melanoma. But humans are not mice, and they do not have large-scale human data available yet. So the idea that this could be launched in general circulation by early 2025 without human trials means no credible medical body would approve such a vaccine for general use. And on top of that, the human trial phase and the subsequent scientific scrutiny and regulatory review can take several years. So while there definitely should be optimism, because why not, cancer cures being given out in Russia for free in just a few months probably won't happen.
Whoa, well, that's pretty cool. And they give it out for free. That's crazy. You know, I've been ill, needed drugs, so got prescriptions, 3 different prescriptions. It cost me 30 quid. 30 squid. No, there's no such thing as free NHS here in the UK. It's like one of them timeshare scams. They see you for free, but then they give you all these drugs that you then got to pay for after.
The United States government just passed a bill that made the bald eagle America's national bird. The fuck? I mean, like the timelines. Like, bro, what timeline? What world? I mean, it's America. The bald eagle's been around forever. That shit's from the 1800s. Like, we're in some strange timelines, my friend.
Oh, shizzle. It feels like it could be that time again. That's two things, Mandela effect type, timeline shift type things that we've got, and it's quite early on. So if we've just gone through one, might explain why I'm absolutely horrendously ill. Maybe we've just shifted timelines again, people. Let me know if anyone's got any new Mandela effects, because as you know, they are my favourite. Imagine there's a timeline where I was called something else or something, or wore a different colour headband, or had blonde hair, or had a nose ring. If you ever see me with a nose ring, then we've shifted timeline because I've never had a nose ring.
The younger brother of Elon Musk, which is Kimball Musk, owns a drone entertainment company. A drone entertainment known as the Nova Sky Stories. The company creates massive drone light shows. You have seen them at the events like the Super Bowl and the Olympics. Kimball bought Intel's the entire drone along with its light show division. Probably 9,000 to 10,000 drones, just to create aerial displays. It is not alien invasion or New Jersey mystery galactic drones. It's all owned by Nova Sky Stories. Do you remember Terrence Howard's podcast regarding about 1 plus 1 not equals to 2? That's just a code of patent. Terrence Howard has this kind of projects too, and it's not a terrestrial alien shit. It is all a patent, the one you see in the New Jersey, or known as the US Patent 2017-014475, Dynamics of 6A1. It's a drone having drone catching feature, and the 6-foot drones. No aliens are coming. Entertainment, yes. And what's that all about? Nobody knows. It might be another fear because of its constant uncertainty, or maybe something else. COVID and these drones have similar tactics. They all just been testing an automated drone systems. New Jersey and the Langley Air Force Base, even the Air Mobility Command, and even announced that these establishments are only for testing corridor, just testing these drones out. That's between Delaware and New Jersey for its military commercial and its academic drone tech. Because if that would be real aliens in New Jersey, people in New Jersey will now be limestones. This is a document from CIA, a detailed incident about the Siberian military unit, that they've shot this kind of drones on a speculation that they are aliens. And there is 5 humanoid creature just came out of these drones, come at the soldiers in a very eerie and special way. This so-called alien can merge together into a single object, and that object will begin to buzz and became a brilliant white light. Few seconds later, it became so much brighter and flaring up, especially the bright lights. And in that very moment, 23 soldiers now turn into stone poles, or what we now call limestones, the ones they used to build obelisks around the world. And this is a 200-file document. And yes, this is all from the CIA. The drones are part of military drills that is all conducted by Space Force. Drones that flying over New Jersey are only searching for a nuclear threat, or EMP, that's been planted through the ports or even through open borders. And government can't announce that because it would cause a mayhem. New Jersey is a priority nuclear target. There is something about to go down. They will schedule these operations that involves turnover of all radio and radar, and also its aircraft communications to the military for several hours. Elon even tweeted about it, or about this phenomenon that is back in September, that drones swarm battles that are coming, and here we are right now, that boggle the mind of people. And the connection of these drones are all connected to Memphis, the ancient Egypt. Assalamu alaikum.
This ain't Memphis. Yeah, there's a lot of coincidences there, aren't there? He owns the drone business. There's unidentified drones. Trump set up the space task force as well, didn't he? Like, yeah, it's weird. There's a lot of weird stuff going on there. There's a lot of information in there. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are.
Step. This is what they're going to do. And it's at the time, like, you should read the comments. People are like, are you crazy? Fake alien invasion. We're going to see lots of craft all over the United States. Really? That's about to happen? Yeah. Now it's here. So how crazy does that sound? But he laid out, in fact, he's been talking about this for a long time. And he said what's going to happen is that they are going to start interacting with military craft. That's the next step. Military craft interacting with these. And then you're going to have military craft getting shot down. This is all part of the plan. So listen to what he had to say about this. This is just a snippet. I encourage you to watch the full interview, but here's just a snippet. What do they want in this situation where they would want to start taking down aircraft? What do you know from your experience in the FBI that they act, this deep state? What do they want?
The end goal is, and this is a long-term psychological operation, as well as physical operation as well. The long-term goal is ultimately to put together this grand operation called fake alien invasion. Now, the only fake part about it is going to be that the alien visitors are involved with this. They're not at all. Everything else is going to be real. The destruction that they bring to our cities is going to be real.
So
what?
That was a year ago.
That's wild.
That was a year ago.
I do remember that.
I mean, John, of course, has been vilified by, they go after him because he's an FBI whistleblower. I mean, he left the FBI and he's been basically, educating all of us about this. But anyway, that's just a small piece of it. And
it's wild, though.
He's not the only one. So he's one of many people and sources that we've spoken to here over the past year who said that this was coming. And they gave us specific dates when they told us it was coming. And they hit those dates. So now it's here. But this is the most mind-blowing thing of all. A post on 4chan in 2022. Okay, now this has been removed. This has been covered up and censored multiple times. I'm going to read to you from this, okay? So this is, again, from 2022. The next false flag will be centered on the premise of malicious interdiction of nuclear source materials. It will not involve a nuclear device or nuclear detonation, but rather a radiological threat. Nuclear source materials will be deliberately leaked to target areas to inflict severe injuries through radiation exposure. The real number of casualties as a result of these attacks will remain very low. The purpose is to create a new method of restricting freedom of movement and new policies that will enable the government to continue its expansion of power. The media will display images of attack survivors who will have burns and lesions across their skin. Videos depicting overwhelming triage centers with victims vomiting or other unresponsive symptoms will be shared on social media. The threat of radiation exposure, an invisible enemy, will be used as the primary vector. Basically saying an application modeled after the COVID contact tracing will be installed on every mobile device that uses iOS or Android. The application will have to notify the user about potential hazardous exposures and recommend actions that they take should include voluntary exposure testing. Additionally, the cellular carriers will roll out automated SMS alerts that will have similar functionality. This application will interface directly with the UICC mobile dialing service. If the user does not have this application installed, network connectivity will be prohibited. And it goes on and on from there.
You need to shut the front door.
So
this is
from
crazy
2022. And then over the past few days, the threat of radiation exposure, because they can't find the damn radioactive devices that wound up in the port of Newark and in a cargo container that are empty. Radiological devices that are empty and missing now. And of course, many people, drone experts, have said that in fact they're looking for something radiological right now. That the only reason these orbs, whatever they are up at night, these man-made craft, are as a result of a radiological exposure. Take it with a grain of salt, I guess. You could throw it out the window if you want to. Why are we seeing this all now? The timing of it is absolutely perfect. 30 days before President Trump takes office. What is the purpose of it? Again, you can consult that 4chan post from 2022. It doesn't, it's up to you how you want to look at it. All of this.
Whoa. That is bonkers.
This whole CIA document is just absolutely wild. There was this remote viewer. His task was to look up where the Galactic Federation headquarters is at. And he talks about the surroundings. It's on our world. And there's these huge mountains, and then there's a giant lake. The guy says it seems a lot like Lake Titicaca in Peru. Okay. He entered this chamber, and in the middle of this room was this altar. And all of a sudden, from above, there was this white light, and there was a group of entities in white robes. He said it seemed very spiritual. He didn't know how to describe it. In 2000, Italian archaeologists discovered at the bottom of Lake Titicaca was this ancient temple that really matched up with the CIA document. It's also the highest lake in the world.
Look, there's significance to that.
The Bible talks about how God was jealous for the attention of his people, or even just defending his own glory. So if there was this fallen angel civilization high in the mountains that like were above destruction, for like God to flood it and be like, you're not beyond my reach.
Oh gosh.
So interesting.
Remote viewing. That is something I really want to, one of my skill sets. Like if you look at my CV at the top of it, I want to be professional remote viewer. I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't mean remote viewing, looking on a TV, like a FaceTime or something. I mean, proper meditating, getting out the body, going over to the old shop, seeing me old mate and saying hello. That sort of stuff.
He didn't do it. There's no way in hell that this kid is the one that's responsible for taking the life of Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare. Take a look at this video. Take a look at this video. It's almost like it's like watching a clip from Ocean's 11 or like Mission Impossible. I'm waiting for Tom Cruise to come out of nowhere and just jump down and save this kid. Why are they guarding this kid? And he's got more security than our own president of the United States of America. Take a look at this video, and then I'm gonna come back and tell you exactly what I see. I'm telling you right now that people are covered in their asses. I'm telling you right now what I see, what my gut says is that people are covering their asses, and this is a fall guy. This is a fall guy for something much bigger. Whether it's government officials, whether it's those 3 little letters that nobody likes to talk about, whether it's much bigger and higher than that, and there was corruption and collusion with this CEO of the United Healthcare, hearing the rumblings of tunnels and caves and this and that, and Nancy Pelosi, and corruption and collusion, and this kid is in the middle of all of it? No way. No freaking way do I believe for a second that this kid, and I could be completely crazy, and this could be a conspiracy theory, and yada, 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 but I'm watching, I'm seeing, I looked at the pictures, the eyebrows are different, it does, 2 + 2 is 4, and when shit stinks, from the head, it stinks from the head of the snake. And I have to tell you, there's gonna be, a much bigger story is gonna come out of this. Mark my words, mark the words of the midnight, mark and listen to me very carefully right now. Luigi Mangione is innocent, or at least he's innocent till proven guilty. But I believe, as I'm sitting here making this video right now, that this man didn't commit that crime.
Every day, I start to just even, I think more and more that we are actually living in a world, an actual film. Our world is an actual film, because that scene right there is like something out of a film, isn't it? Let's face it, it's what we see. It's like, I don't know, it's just feels very like fixed, like not real. You know what I mean? You just see stuff like that, and the storyline is just like, what? Like, it's clear, you can see what's happening. Yeah, the show goes on, and you have to watch, even though you know you're watching a show. But yeah, let's hope he stays alive. Let's hope that it's not that type of show, shall we? If you know what I mean.
They found a 3,000-foot long stone wall off the coast of Germany. Why does that matter? Because it went under the water 8,500 years ago. So it's a lot older than that. And unfortunately, we thought that there were just hunter-gatherer nomadic people in that area in that time. But that's not the case. This rewrites history because these people obviously stayed a long time, long enough to build a wall this long. There was likely a real civilization living there before 10,000 years ago. Yeah, they also found a bridge off the coast of Spain. That is from over 6,000 years ago, in a time that we thought they were nomadic, but it's very obvious they were not nomadic. They weren't. We didn't even know there were civilizations there, but they were just hidden by the sea. And we thought they were too dumb to do this at that time, but obviously they weren't. This is way older than the Egyptian pyramids. Yeah. These developed ancient civilizations we didn't know were there are just emerging from the ocean now. There's also a lost underwater city that was discovered in India. That's rewriting history as well. How old is that one? 9,500 years. And they found pottery too, which is cool. What we think of as history is only that of which is recorded. And there could be a lot of human history that we don't know anything about because the sea swallowed it up. Yeah, no one really knows anything, actually.
That just makes our civilization sound so young, because like 9,500 years ago is not a long time, and like we think that would be a long time ago. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going with that, to be honest with you, people. It does feel really young in comparison to probably there is civilizations that are like millions years old that don't all try and blow themselves up and keep having to have a great reset every so many thousand years. Unless we're in a simulation and it's on purpose, because it's a button called reset, because Cole's onto him again and he realised he's too intelligent. Quick, reset him.
Did anybody catch the moon last night? This guy did, and this is what he saw, y'all. Look at this, 2 moons. This is in Indiana. Do you see how fast these things are moving? When has the moon, or what, like, when has the moon ever moved this fast? Whatever this is. But just look how fast this thing is moving. In the clouds, y'all see these type of clouds? Look at this. Indiana, look. And then the other night, this couple was driving down the road and they noticed something was up with the moon. And they started recording. Check this out, y'all. It gets crazy.
I don't know what this is, but this is not the moon. It is 5:20 in the morning.
That thing is abnormally bright, you guys. It's abnormally bright. And then when did the moon have all this color around it? You get what I'm saying? They're calling it a moonbow now. You know, when it happens to the sun, they're calling a sundial. And then these plasma beams, you guys, what are they flashing? Look at that. Look at that. That's like the solar flash, the solar flare. Y'all see that? I'm still trying to figure out what this thing is, y'all. Has anybody got any answers? Please let us know down in the comments. And let's continue to get this shift. Peace in.
It is all bonkers, people. It is all bonkers. I don't know how many shots of the moons and the stars and the orbs and the plasmas that I need to show you, because there is a lot out there. Like, so many out there. It is unreal. Like, literally, everybody should be woken up now. Surely, everybody should be thinking, what is going on in this world? That is a huge... That's got to be the biggest chemtrail I've ever seen. That is huge.
NASA just discovered a parallel universe next to ours that runs backwards in time. What the did you just say to me? Yeah, so they discovered it in Antarctica, and they have an antenna that scans cosmic particles. And they discovered that they're running backwards in this specific place. What the heck are cosmic particles? Cosmic particles usually travel downwards from space, like they come down, but these were coming up from the Earth. These cosmic particles were coming up from the Earth. So basically that is completely against all physics that we know of. Huh? Dr. Gorham from the University of Hawaii is the main researcher, and he said that he theorizes that these particles are just transforming to bypass Earth's dense matter. Okay, I don't understand science, so you gotta explain it to me differently than that. Basically, there's something very different about this area of Antarctica, and they don't know what it is, but the particles are definitely reacting in a way that are completely opposing what we know about modern physics, and they're trying to figure it out because they're witnessing it happening over and over again. Okay, but does he know how this would have happened? His most straightforward explanation theory is that when the Big Bang happened, it created two universes where one is opposite of ours, and everyone in the anti-universe might think that we are the ones that are in reverse. So there could be a totally other civilization living our life backwards. Are we there? At this point it's still a theory because they can't say for sure that there's a multiverse. However, they don't know what else it is. This is one of the possibilities. I mean, that's true. We don't really know that much, so there could be another explanation that we just don't know yet.
This was captured on a live beach camera last night in New Jersey, and I really don't know what it is. Love to hear you guys' opinions. I will tell you that it changed positions, and when I say that, I mean the thing in the middle of the screen. You can see it's green in color, and it starts to flash. There's a flash, and it did that, and it just pulsed. This video has not been edited in any way. I just sped it up to 5x so you can see the process of it. Hundreds of us witness it live on the beach cams, which are live 24/7. I have them both linked in my bio.
End of the show, peeps. Thank you for watching. Appreciate the support. And I will see you again tomorrow. See you later.